growing leadership, with effective partners, with communities and a sustainable social change, we are in reach of our goals of putting women and girls and their agendas at every table. We're at the moment in time where the women's funding movement is being called to step up and lead. We're at a tipping point where women and girls are being lifted up as partners in shaping a new world balance. This is an exciting and energizing trend. Now, we could sit back and ride this wave, going about our business with the same leadership we've always employed. As you've heard from Sika this morning, however, the opportunity to seize the moment and break out of our box is alive and well. Remember Jane in Australia calling for new partnerships, not being intimidated by organizations 10 times their size. Remember Deborah across national borders, challenging her black sisters to take on increased fundraising leadership role. Remember Kate Rita across the U.S. championing an issue that many are reluctant to even acknowledge. Remember Leanne in Seattle boldly stepping up by asking for not one $3 million gift, not one $1 million gift, but 3 and more on her horizon. Remember Ruby in Memphis partnering with the city to bring economic opportunities and safe housing to single women. Remember Vahida, Terry, and Eleanor working together across continents to support sister activists in conflict situations. Remember Marquette in Eastern Europe working with sister funds to create sustainable partnerships. Remember Abby making movies to tell the untold story of women in leadership. Remember Margot, whose donor voice is heard across the Canadian-U.S. border. Out of the box through leadership needs to be big and bold. Our visions need to be firmly planting women and girls at every table. It's no longer just about investing in women and girls, but rather, what is our return on investment? As more money pours into the space, what results are we looking for? We need to create new partnerships with individuals, organizations that 10 years ago were never on our radar screen. I want to remind you of one thing when the women's funding movement was begun. It was never just about funding women and girls' funds. It was about funding social change through women and girls. We know about effective funding. We know what it takes to move the needle, and we know women's funds are one of the best investments that one can make. But we must communicate our presence on the internet that's so big and bold, it reflects our vision, not our budgets. We must commit ourselves to every member fund in the network having at least one $1 million donor. And those who have 1 already should be having 2 and 3. And those who have 2 and 3 should be having 5, 10, and 20. That's what we commit ourselves to as we look forward. So I ask each of you in the audience today, when you go back home, what is the leadership moment you need to seize? As you listen to the women of Australia celebrating their right to vote, think about the rights of women and girls that call for your leadership. Lift up your voices with the pages on the table in honor of what we have achieved and in recognition of the work before us. Join in the singing of the video, lift your voices, and together seize the moment.